Just a heads up, this is an explicit review, and also a non-spoiler review. Don't expect spoilers, but expect a lot of F-bombs and a lot of cussing. Seems kinda appropriate considering this is Deadpool. And if that's fine by you, then silly Sally, what are you doing? Just skip this. Holy shit. Damn, that movie just blew my expectations out of the water. Seriously, it just did. Like, wow, talk about the complete package. Humor, tragedy, humor, action. Did I mention humor? It had like the perfect balance between serious and not serious. Mostly not serious, but it was serious when it needed to be. And that's all I wanted. I really loved how they humanized him. And they really did his origin story just so damn well. So great, even the general audience who had no idea about him really loved it. It was like amazing. This is Ryan Reynolds' second attempt at being Deadpool. First time was garbage. It was not his fault though. It really wasn't his fault. X-Men Origins Wolverine, and that movie was shit. Because Deadpool, played by Ryan Reynolds, was masterful. You could not find another guy in this entire universe that could play him better than him. There is no one that owned it better than him. When it comes to superhero casting, I think he's the best comic book character to ever be casted. And you could just tell he loved playing Deadpool. He just loved it. He owned it. There was never a time where it felt awkward. There's never a time where it felt like he didn't want to be there. He absolutely wanted to be there. Just like how everybody in this film felt like they wanted to be there. They owned up to their roles, and they did the best job. But more on that later. What held everything together was the writing. And the writing was nothing short of magnificent. Incredible. Everything was brought alive, man. Fuck. Even from the opening credits, it starts to shine just from the very beginning. No other movie has done that. It really used its fourth wall-breaking humor so great that Deadpool's character was always known for. In the opening credits, it was like starring a douchebag, directed by an asshole, things like that. It was just like incredible. It was like you've never really seen anything like this. There's no other movie like this. It's so different. It's like a comedy slash self-aware parody of itself, but not really. But it's a superhero film with tragedy and humor and love. It's just wow. It's like the complete package, and it's done so damn well. Deadpool's first blockbuster film debut could not be any better. At least for the first part story, the origin story. It really almost could not. It couldn't have been more slick and more comedic. All thanks to the writing, the director, and the actors. Everybody just killed it. TJ Miller as the Weasel, Deadpool's friend. Those two had major chemistry. They could just tell. If you saw a scene with them, a random scene, you could just tell these two really are like friends. It's not just actors pretending to be. It just felt real. Not to mention Ryan Reynolds and, I'm probably gonna mess this up, Morena Baccarin as Vanessa, aka Deadpool's girlfriend. My god, they did magnificent too. I'm the type of dude who hates most love plot devices that most films have, because most of the time it feels fake, it feels not real and unnatural, or it just drags on. But this movie had the perfect balance of that too. It wasn't too much, not too little. You understand from Deadpool's point of view, and you understand from Vanessa's point of view. You understand just about everything and everything you need to know. You really understand Deadpool's relationship and his importance to his girlfriend and vice versa. It doesn't feel forced, it feels natural. I really love how they humanize them, how he uses dark humor to make light of a really horrible situation. Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead, incredible. Each one of them brings a different aspect of humor and moral issues to the story in their own hilarious way. Colossus he's a superhero by the book, all about honor and being the better person by not being evil or giving yourself into your temptations of violence and whatnot. He's like the stereotypical comic book superhero by the book, and it's amazing. And Negasonic Teenage Warhead, she's just hilarious as a character. Every time she says something, it's just something funny. You just can't wait. With what few lines she had, she just killed it. It was more about how she went through situations than more about what she said. The action sequences were superb. From the very beginning, you start seeing all these events that happen. They're just really cool. The way they were done is very cool. I bet you haven't seen shit done like this in a superhero film. The choreography was incredible too. It's some of the best that I've seen. It's not like Winter Soldier amazing, because I believe that's like the best choreography in any superhero film that I've seen. But it was so damn good. I don't even know how they did it, but it really brought out his mutant reflexes and agility. It was awesome, dude. This film was done so well. It was like if Deadpool directed this film and if it was written by geniuses. and he just directed it. It came out so incredible. And the plot is not something that's gonna be totally unique. In fact, it's cliche, but you know what? It works. This simple plot line makes it work. If it was too complex, it wouldn't work as well as it did for this film. It's not about saving the world. It's not about being your destiny to do this or that. It's just about getting your girl back. Your girlfriend, not even your wife, your girlfriend. And that is absolutely fine. Sometimes less is better. And in this case, less was better because how you got from point A to point B, it was all about the journey and all about how we got there and why we were there. And let me just say, the rated R rating completely benefited this movie. This movie probably would have not been possible at all to have been as good as it was without that rated R rating. This movie had like 87 F-bombs, nudity, sex, violence, lots of violence. And it never felt forced. It never felt violent for the sake of being violent. It never felt sexual for the sake of being sexual. It was all understandable. It was all, like I said, I keep saying, natural. It was called for. It made sense. It was never unnatural to have those elements in the film and the amount of times we had them. The special effects were very damn good. The suit is like the best superhero suit we've ever seen. It's just ripped right out of the comics. What I love is how expressive it is. It's just a suit. You're not supposed to see any expressions, but we're able to see expressions that obviously would not be possible. But then again, what would most of this shit be possible? It's like his suit is a character in and of itself. He just steals the show. What surprised me is that it looks so damn good. And by watching it, I could just tell it wasn't that expensive. I could tell that the budget wasn't that high. Not because it looked shitty, because it wasn't true. It looked amazing. But because, I mean, it didn't have like super major set pieces of like cities blowing up or things like that. But for what it had, with apparently a budget of only 60 million, which is insanely cheap, what it did with that, wow. For the set pieces it did have, wow. The special effects artists did their job. It was incredible what they would do with $60 million. That's nothing compared to most superhero films, which have at least 3 times that amount when it comes to superhero films. What they did with such a minuscule amount of budget is something worth commending the special effects artists for. And this also helps make the movie more profitable. If you saw my original Deadpool trailer review, you saw that I thought the movie would be fine, and I was way wrong. This movie is incredible, much better than fine. But one of the things I feared was nothing to do with the movie itself, but it's just the way it was marketed. I mean, think about it. This was rated R film for a comic book hero that many people did not even know. But somehow, against all odds, the marketing team did an incredible job. Just look at these examples. I can't think of any other superhero film that had this great of marketing, this great of so much passion put into something as simple as just marketing. And since the movie's profitable, we're already going to get a sequel. Thanks to the low budget, thanks to the amazing marketing, this movie's going to be successful. I have no doubt in my mind. My earlier doubts of it not being successful, of not seeing anything else like this before, is put to rest, because thanks to this film, we can see more obscure superheroes that would never have had a chance to appear in the full screen. Never, ever. I mean, this film had the highest opening day for an R-rated movie of all time, which is insane. It truly beat the odds. It's already, as of writing of this script, as of me telling this to you, it's already made $58 million. It's only $2 million away from its budget already, and it's just day one. This movie, no doubt, it's going to be profitable, and it's going to bring the sequel, and the sequel's already been confirmed, and it's just great. I can't wait to see what's going to happen from here. How is this going to change the playing field for companies and movie producers to change things, to not be so afraid to make a rated R, to not be afraid to do something new. It truly deserves an applause for doing what it did. And Deadpool, let me tell you, definitely deserves to be in the top 10 movies of 2016 for sure. And not just 2016, but one of the funniest superhero movies of all time. Just the funniest movies. One of the funniest movies of all time. Deadpool completely blew my expectations out of the water. I give Deadpool a full price rating. Go see it now. You really gotta go see it right now. You can see this shit, man. It's fucking cool. Abandon what you're fucking doing and go get dead with the pool. And if that made sense, that would have been funny, but it doesn't make sense, so it's not funny, so I'm just gonna shut up right now. Tell me what you thought below of what you thought of the movie. Did it live up to your expectations? Did it surprise you? Tell me what you feel. Try to keep spoilers low, and I'm probably gonna do a spoiler review of this. Maybe, depending on how you guys react. Because I really want to talk about certain elements, but if not, I'm very satisfied with this. Thank you all for watching. This is Randomjeanc, signing off.